Hey folks, Darren Tosh from D&L Auto Sales. Got a kind of a cool one to show you today. We're going to call this our Hot Rod Lincoln episode. 92 Lincoln Continental Mark VII. We'll take a lap around and show it to you. But the fun stuff is, well, you'll see that in a minute. So let's check this out in a minute. Behind the camera we have Zach the cameraman. Zach, say hi.
Hello.
There you go. But the nice part about this, 49,000 original miles. The car came from Arizona, southern car, rust-free, paint and dent-free, has not been restored. This is all original. A couple of things you can see down here where the trim is faded a little bit from the Arizona sun. So it's all original. It is a Bill Bloss edition. Got the keyless entry, tinted windows. You see the BB for the Bill Bloss edition. The wheels are like brand new. Tires are good, nice Michelins. But the Mark VII was Lincoln Sport Coupe. If you know this car, you know that it had the same 302 roller cam 5 liter as the Mustang GT did. So it was their performance of a luxury coupe. And this one's been performed up a little bit more. If you take a look at the tailpipes, they're not stock. You can see it's just the chrome on the bumper straight, the body straight. It's absolutely rust free underneath. This is a non-sunroof, non-leather car. Just the Mark VII, it's not the LSC. But always been a cool car, always been kind of one of my favorites. I always like how the grill's on a shock absorber. Pops in and out. So there's a quick lap around the car. Let's open the door, let's look inside a minute. You can see on here the dashboard's got a couple cracks in the dashboard there from being down south. You can see it's got some cracks here on the weather trim on the window. Inside, ooh, look at that, Zach.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Obviously, all your normal amenities: power windows, locks, cruise, tilt, power seats on both sides, trip minder, AM, FM. That does not work. The radio does not work. The trip minder we had sent out and rebuilt, so that's brand new, so that all works. Not been smoked in. Even got a functional back seat. Look at that. But the real story on this Lincoln is the hot rod part of the Lincoln. Let's look under the hood, shall we? So someone took a beautiful 49,000 Lincoln Continental, left it all stock on the outside, and did this to the inside. Vortex supercharger, aftermarket intake, got the ignition control, it's got the performance products intake as well, or I forget what brand that is. Oh, the power throttle people, whatever that says, I can't remember. I don't claim to be a professional on anything really. Yeah, really nothing. But I know a quality job when I see it. Someone spent a lot of money and a lot of time doing this correctly. The nice part about this, the stainless steel headers, full stainless steel exhaust all the way back. It has electronic exhaust cutoffs where you flip a switch, opens up for the dumps for straight headers, flip a switch and close it back up again. So someone didn't waste any money on this build. Got the Ford Motorsport Racing plug wires. Just a real nice job. The air intake comes in the fender well and comes in down here, so the air intake is down there for the K&N filter. So take your 225 horse, 300 foot-pounds of torque stock 302, add a supercharger to it, and whatever else been done, makes for a pretty fun little Lincoln. I think I'll start it up for you so you can hear it run, and then I'll open up the headers. You can hear that as well. Activate race car mode. Hit the button, close it back up. No, officer, that wasn't me. My exhaust is quiet. So that's a quick one around it. We're going to take it for a spin around the block and then do a couple drive-by videos. Okay, we're taking the sleeper hot rod Lincoln for a quick spin. Some of the other performance upgrades on this thing, they did a lot more than just the motor. It does have a locker in the rear end, welded in subframe connectors. It's only got a 308 gear in the rear end, so pretty slow off the line. But once a supercharger kicks in, it comes up on boost. It sets you back in your seat pretty nicely. How does it run out? Drives great. It runs good. Could use some tuning in. When you're into it hard, it breaks up kind of at top end, like maybe leaning out or something like that. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I don't know a lot about these setups, but it would take a professional dyno to get it tuned in to where it absolutely needs to be perfect. Driving it normally, it's amicable, quiet. You can drive the thing just like a stock Lincoln. When you get into it hard, the power comes on, but there is a little bit of a breaking up, and I'll run through that here for you in a minute when I don't have traffic in front of me that I'll run over. Mechanically, the rest of it, brakes are about new. We had to do a tie rod in, had a little bit of play in it, and then a power steering line, that's fixed, front end alignment. Mechanically, that's all the thing needed for any kind of normal maintenance item. Let's get into it in a minute. That was, yeah, there's 70 right there, so, and yeah, I was spinning the tires a little bit back there. Yeah, when the boost comes on, that's a lot of fun. That's cool. But everything in here, cruise control works, horn works, wipers work, rear defroster, all the lights work, of course. Air conditioning, I believe the air conditioning worked. I checked it a while back. It kicked in. The heater, the normal heater functions. It's got the electronic thing that holds your heat. You know, it's programmed or whatever. Sometimes I have a hard time talking. Like I said, the radio does not work. That would have to be sent in and checked out. We checked the fuse. The fuse is good. It just does not power up. And the same guy that rebuilds the trip minder, he rebuilds those as well. But some people like throw an aftermarket one in. But what I think is cool about this thing, completely stock looking. Inside, there's no aftermarket gauges. The only thing that looks like it's a hot rod are the tailpipes out back. And it's just nice and quiet and drivable until you get into it. Then it's like driving a Mustang GT. But you got a little heavier car around you and more comfortable. So power seats work, power windows work, power mirrors work. Just a real nice representation of these old Lincolns. So that's a quick rundown on the car. I probably should open the headers for you, but I'm not going to open the headers in this neighborhood, so I'm going to try to keep my neighbors happy. If you want to check it out on my website, it's dnlautosales.com, and the N is spelled out. Any questions, want to call me directly on it, my phone number right there, 616-318-0118. Check the website for current availability and pricing. And we're going to do a couple of quick drive-by videos, and we'll call it good. See ya. possible that the rear tires may have a little less tread than the front tires, but not a lot. So, well, that was it. That's kind of a quick rundown on this thing. Thanks, Zach, cameraman. Appreciate it, buddy. And anybody can holler. See ya.